Daisy Ridley addresses upsetting Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker backlash. Well, I was like, where's the love gone? Daisy Ridley has addressed the backlash to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, admitting she did not find it nice. The latest movie in the franchise received a very decisive reception, scoring 52% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes, while also becoming the worst reviewed live-action film in the saga. However, speaking about how the backlash affected her, the Rey actress said on Dragcast that the experience was tricky and upsetting. By the way, this comes from NME. It's changed film by film, honestly. Like 98%, it's so amazing that this last film was really tricky, she said. She likes that word, tricky. January was not that nice. It was weird. I felt like all of this love that we sort of been shown the first time around I was like, where's the love gone? I watched the documentary, The Making of the Skywalker Legacy this week, and it's so filled with love. I think it's that tricky thing when you're part of something that is so filled with love and then people don't like it. You know, everyone's entitled to not like something, but it feels like it's changed slightly, she added. But I think in general that's because social media and what have you. Ridley went on to admit that if she saw a film and didn't like it, she wouldn't tweet about it. So it's been tricky. Again, this is word. But then it's having that thing of, I feel really proud of it, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. Yeah, it's a funny thing. Director J.J. Abrams addressed criticism leveled at The Rise of Skywalker earlier this year, saying, the reaction was good, bad. Some people hated it. Some people loved it. It was all over the place. To those who didn't like it, I totally get it. I respect it. To those who loved it, I'm grateful, obviously. A lot of people worked a lot of hours to do something they would make people feel good and that they'd love. Daisy Ridley basically wants to know, where is the love, people? Where's the love for Star Wars? Where has it gone? Maybe she hasn't checked Twitter. Even though she wouldn't like it, people voiced their opinions about it, hoping it would reach someone somewhere in Lucasfilm saying, don't you get it? Don't you get it? You just threw something together and hope it would work out and said, here, you do one thing and you do another thing and you do another thing, and if we like it, we'll go with your idea, and if we don't like it, we won't. Just as long as we make our billions back, we don't care. We make our money back, we're good. Just do something together, throw in these characters, we're good to roll. That's just not how it works. Kill your past. If it wasn't for the past, you wouldn't be where the present is. That's the whole point. Your past is always important because your past makes you who you are today. This franchise right here wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for what it was. Sure, the characters could have died, but did they have to die in Episode 7 and Episode 8? Could they not have died in an epic battle in Episode 9? Could they? Of course they could have. But this is not what they wanted to do. Now, I understand Harrison Ford wanted to go out. He didn't want to be. Here's George, hey, Return of the Jedi, kill off my character. And Lucas is like, no, man, because I need you. I need your character. It's not when you die. It's, it continues. It doesn't end here. You make the future happen. And that's exactly the point. Leia and Han have a kid. Hence Ben. Without them, there's no Ben. There's no Rey without Palpatine making his son. Who makes Rey, right? So you need a past. You need a story. But you don't kill the lore. And that's where the love went. The love went out the window, just like Mace did. And why? Why did the love go out the window? Because they destroyed the past. They wanted to make it their Star Wars. Not the Star Wars we know, but their Star Wars. They wanted to sell us their stuff. Well, if you wanted to do that, you could have done it. But you should have saved that for Episode 10, 11, and 12. Make a trilogy with your characters. Put them in this one. Give them some kind of a story to build it up for the next trilogy. And they could have ended it with an after credit scene of someone else rising and not a Skywalker. This is what they could have done. This is what they didn't do. And that's where the love went. It's not that Daisy Ridley's a horrible person, or John Boyega, or Oscar Isaac, or anybody else. They're not horrible people. It's the writing. It's the lore. It's a story that doesn't make sense, that you need books and comic books to fill it in just because you want to make even more money. We shouldn't need books and comic books to explain it, but I know the Star Wars fans who simply adore Star Wars. No matter what, no matter who makes it, they will love it. And that's what Disney wanted. Put Star Wars on a label, it will sell, people will buy. End of story. We'll make our money. Toys didn't do that well. This last movie didn't do that well. Overall, yeah, you made $5 billion with all these Star Wars, so you made a billion profit technically. But your merchandise didn't fly off the shelves, which is where George made a lot of his money from. The love went because you killed a character that people loved. And had Luke not been this loser, this hermit, this guy who tried to run from the Force and run from his friends and make a map that he didn't want to be found anyway, so why make a map in the first place? It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense why he would run, hide. Why wouldn't he feel Han's death? Ignored the Force, right? That's the reason he ignored it. Why would he do that? Oh, so the bad won't rise. Of course the bad's going to rise. And if you're not going to rise, someone else is going to. That's how it goes. Dark rises, light to meet it. That part is right. That's why it was stupid to have him. He should have been the master. Should have came back. Even Mark Hamill said, why didn't I catch the lightsaber when Kylo Ren went to pull it? And he couldn't pull it because it had to be someone more powerful. Why was it Rey? It shouldn't have been Rey. It should have been me. Would have been epic. Would have been epic for Luke Skywalker, to grab that saber and say, now what, kid? Now what? Kylo Ren could have hightailed it out of there. Who knows? They could have saved an epic battle for 9. Could have made Rey and him face off in 8 after they trained. Could have had Snoke and Kylo versus Luke and Rey. Luke could have sacrificed his life. Whoever, someone else, some other characters could have sacrificed their life. Would have been understandable. It's a war. That's where the love went. The love just went because your story, your writing, your character development, your superpowered person without training, and the list goes on and on and on. Those who love it, that's great. I particularly didn't love the sequel trilogy. And if you're going to say because, I wasn't born now, okay, but why'd I love the prequels better than the original trilogy? I'm a rare breed, aren't I? And I wasn't born when the prequels came out. I was teenager to 20s when all that stuff hit. Go figure. Or was I 30s? Sorry, 30s. I think when that stuff hit, I was in my 30s. So, I liked the prequels better. I enjoyed the prequels. Even though I enjoyed the story, the original trilogy, still, that seeing what I saw was pretty cool. You let me know in the comment section what you think about all this. We'll talk about it. Where did the love go for Star Wars? Give me your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Come join the party here and everything Star Wars, and I'll see you real soon. Be well.